Hey guys, welcome back. Another story time with the Fat Man. That's right, guys. I know it's been a long time since I did a story time. I wanted to get one out to you guys before the holidays and everything. So I was kind of conflicted on which ones to do. I got a couple in the works here, but since it's getting close, to Christmas, I decided I'd go with another funnier one rather than a serious one. I got a serious one coming up. I don't know, probably next month or the month after or something. Anyway, guys, story time with the Fat Man, guys. And this one goes back to more of my college shenanigans, right? And it's kind of crazy, man. We did a lot of fucking crazy shit when I was in college, man. As I think back on it, I'm talking about undergrad. When I went to grad school and all that other shit, that was me trying to capture the essence of the undergrad that had passed, man. That time, it comes, it's awesome, and it goes, and you can never recapture that shit. It just, you can't do it. You can't recapture the good times, man, as much as you want to. Anyway, so this goes back. I've got a couple of them in here that really kind of stand out to me, but some of them they're crazier. These two are kind of crazier in their own right. You'll see what I mean as we get into it. But where I went to college, right? It's a big college town, man. There are one big university, another like medium to large size university, and then a whole slew of smaller colleges in this town, right? In fact, I would wager to say that if it wasn't for the universities in this town, the town would actually be probably 3/4 smaller than what it is today. Anyway, as I'd said in other videos, a lot of us from the same high school went to this college, right? So we already had like a pretty good group of friends. So things got pretty crazy off the bat, right? But one of the things that was a little nuts was, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but homecomings for the colleges are a fairly big deal, right? Like homecoming for high school is like, the fuck ever, homecoming, whatever. Nobody pays the fuck attention to that shit for the high schools. But for the college, it turns into a pretty big deal. And the university I went to had a pretty big homecoming, right? But overall, the homecoming was pretty subdued, right? There was a homecoming football game. Everybody kind of partied and did their thing, but everybody was pretty well respectful of everything. But the other university, right? It's a pretty big university too, but it was smaller than the university I went to. Their homecoming was fucking crazy, man. It was absolute mayhem all the time, right? They would lock down the malls and shit because there was just, it was like riots, bro. It was like rioting going on, right? So pretty much everybody knew that when it was the other university's homecoming, you just hunkered down and you stayed the hell off the streets, man. You just did. You didn't go out, right? But because my friends and I are, I don't know, for the lack of a better term, stupid, right? We didn't always pay attention to shit like that, right? So I want to say I was a sophomore, maybe I was a junior in college, and we were all very, very hungry one night, right? And we don't pay attention to whose homecoming it is or whose homecoming it's not. None of us paid attention to any of that shit. So we're just sitting around our dorms and shit, and we're like, dude, we're pretty fucking hungry, man. I'd like to have some food in my belly, right? So, we shoot around a few ideas, and this is always like an arbitration and it was always a problem coming up with a place to go eat, man. And so we came up with like rule sets and shit, right? So like everybody got one veto, right? So if you threw out an idea, like let's say, all right, so look, dude, these are going to be bad ideas because we were all broke-ass college students, right? But let's say you threw out an idea like, I want to go to McDonald's. Somebody would always immediately, like somebody like, oh, we could always go to McDonald's. Nope. Somebody always threw out the veto. Fuck McDonald's. We're not going to McDonald's. Vetoed, right? So, all right, dude, you used your veto, right? And, so we go around the table throwing out CC's. Nope, that's going to be vetoed, right? All kinds of dumb shit getting vetoed, right? Anyway, when we got down to it, we decided to go to Fazoli's. Fazoli's, bro. And honestly, I haven't seen a Fazoli's in probably 12 years, right? I don't even know if they exist anymore, right? But for those of you that don't know what Fazoli's are, or just haven't had the privilege of going to one because they're done now, or whatever the hell has happened to them, Fazoli's was like a fast food Italian restaurant, right? So you'd go in there, you'd order like anywhere else, like number 4, number 2, whatever, right? And everything was different. One was like fettuccine alfredo, one was a lasagna, one was like a trio of like a whole bunch of different shit, whatever. But the reason we liked Fazoli's wasn't necessarily for their food. Like their food's okay, the food was meh, whatever, right? But they got that endless breadsticks, bro. And this lady would come around the little like restaurant seating area and hand out breadsticks, right? And oh my god, that was a bad idea, right? Because it was endless breadsticks. So as cheap-ass college students, right, we go there, we order our little, like, number 4 or whatever the hell it is, get our little lasagna or our little fettuccine, and we eat that, and we eat our little, like, 2 or 3 breadsticks it came with, and then we would just sit there. We would just sit there for, like, fucking hours, bro, waiting on the breadstick lady to come around and just getting free breadsticks and free breadsticks and free breadsticks, and because we are cheap as shit, we would just get water. We would just get water cups. We weren't even spending money on like actual shit. We were literally just mooching off of these like free breadsticks. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We decide that day, we're like, okay, we're really hungry. So we make it through our little rounds. We settle on Fazoli's, right? So I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. I'm like one of the only ones with a car. My other friend had a car. I don't remember which one of us drove, but there was like 4 or 5 of us, whatever. We pile into this car. We get outside. We pile in this car. We start to go off the university to the main streets, and we realize, oh shit, bro. It's the other university's homecoming, man. This is gonna be really bad, dude, because the streets are gonna be packed. It's gonna be impossible, right? So to give you an idea, right, where we lived on campus, right, on our university, Fazoli's couldn't have been more than 2 miles. Not more than 2 miles. There's no way it was more than 2 miles. It probably was like a mile, right? Anyway, so we're already in the car, we're already on the street, and it took us like 45 minutes to go that mile or 2 miles. Whatever it was, took a long ass time. And you got a bunch of hungry ass college kids in there, so you can imagine the kind of ranting and raving that was going on inside this car. Anyway, we get there, we pull in, right? We're like, finally, at fucking Fazoli's, we finally made it, right? We get in there, we order our food, whatever, right? So as we order our food, we go sit down at this table, right? Then it's just me and a few of us sitting at this table, like one of the guys went to the restroom or whatever. Anyway, these 2 guys walk in, right? These 2 guys walk in, and one of them goes and sits down at the table, like directly over from us, right? And the other one goes up there like he's going to order. I guess he's going to order for both of them, whatever, right? I don't really pay much of attention. I'm just like, whatever, I'm waiting on my food, right? So my food finally comes. All of our food finally comes, and I just kind of start eating it, right? And anyway, the dude at the table over from us, right? This guy, he's just like sitting there. And I'm going to kind of give you like the viewpoint that I was seeing him as. So, and I apologize if this audio gets a little wonky because I'm facing this way. But this guy, he's just sitting here like this, right? And he just starts to like do one of these numbers right here. He just starts going, like real slowly, like leaning back in his chair, right? But you gotta understand, it's not a high back chair. Like I got a high back office chair, right? This isn't a high back office chair. It's like a regular like fast food chair. She just keeps doing this shit, and we're watching him. We're like, oh, is this guy gonna? I mean, what's gonna happen with this guy, right? Like, first of all, why the fuck is he leaning like that? And second of all, what's going on? Is he just gonna? And he just does like one of these right here, and then just boom, out, dude, just falls out. I mean, hits his head on the wall. Everything just falls out of the middle of the floor, right? My 2 friends are sitting on the other side of the table from me. They're like, oh shit, did you see that shit? And I'm like, I'm eating, dude. Look, dude, I was like a really big dude. Like I was in great shape back then, but like food was still serious business for me, right? And I'm just eating. I'm like, yeah, dude, I saw the guy. He just fell over. Whatever, man. I don't give a shit about that guy falling over, dude. It has no impact on me and my ability to eat my food, right? I just keep eating, right? They're like, just looking at him, right? And so, like, I guess his friend that was up there ordering or bucking around or doing whatever, man. I don't know. I guess he heard him, like, fall, and he comes running around, right? And he comes over to the dude. The dude's on the ground. Dude's on the ground, out. Dude, this guy's, like, out, dude. Like, fucking Mike Tyson just punched this dude in the fucking face. His ass is out on the ground, down for the fucking count. And he's, like, slapping his friend. He's like, oh, come on, dog. Come on, dog, right? And, like, my friends are just watching this shit. And, of course, I don't give a fuck. I'm eating, man, right? I'm completely oblivious to this. I mean, dude's like, come on, dog, right? Whatever, dude. He's slapping him. He goes, oh, shit. And he goes, call 911. Somebody call 911. And, like, so everybody starts scrambling. Like, all the employees and shit start scrambling. My friends are like, what the fuck is happening? The whole time, I'm eating, bro. I'm eating. This guy looks over at our table because we're directly next to this guy's table, right? Looks over at our table, comes over and goes, hey, bro, what'd you guys do to my dog? Like, we give a fuck about your friend, dude. Like, we got up, like, we were just gonna be like, oh, yeah, your dog, yeah, I went over there, punched him in his fucking lip, knocked his ass out. Like, nobody got the fuck up from this table and did anything to your dog, right? Nobody did anything to that guy. He fell out on his own, probably overdosing on some sort of fucking narcotic or some shit. I don't know. Dude's laying on the fucking ground, out, right? Anyway, I'm just eating. The whole time I'm just eating. I'm not even fucking like, this guy's like, oh, what'd you do to my dog? My two friends scared shitless. They're like, oh, what the fuck? The whole time I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm eating, dude. I don't give a fuck about this guy. I don't care about his friend. I don't care about anything that's happening anywhere near me, man. I'm in one of my food euphoria coma things, right? Like, the whole world doesn't exist to me at this time, right? And listen, dude, all this shit I'm telling you, I'm getting from my friends because they were like, bro, what the fuck were you doing, man? You weren't, like, acknowledging that anything was happening, bro. What the fuck were you doing? And I was like, I don't know, man. I was hungry, man. I was eating my food. Like, honestly, all I was thinking about was, when is the breadsticks lady coming by? Because I don't give a shit about anything else that's happening around me, man. So you got to understand, the story is coming from these guys, and it's just something I incorporated into it, right? But, I mean, all this shit's true, man. Anyway, this guy goes back over to his friend, slapping him and shit, doing all kinds of shit, right? Finally, like, his friend, I guess, starts to come around, starts coming out of it, right? And he's like, whatever. Right? So these two, he stands his friend up. He's like, oh, hey, man, you gonna be all right? The other guy's like, yeah, man, I'll be all right, right? So guy's like, fuck it. We're getting out of Fazoli's before the 9/11 show up, before the fucking firefighters and police and all the fucking people get here from calling 911, right? So anyway, they dipped the fuck out. Like, literally, like, I'm still eating. My friends are, like, eating. Like, finally they go back to fucking eating. And, we're just like, whatever, waiting on the fucking breadsticks to come by, man. And, dude, everybody shows up. All the fucking, like, firefighters and police and shit show up and everything. And of course, being who we are, we just don't even admit to the fact that we saw any of this shit happen, because the last thing we want to deal with are these fucking people and getting, having to stay behind late and all this other shit. So we just kind of get in our car and take another fucking 45 minutes to get back, bro. I'm telling you, this other university's homecoming is fucked, man. And I'd love to tell you that the shit that happened in Fazoli's to us that night was some sort of, like, out of the blue crazy shit that never happens. This is, like, par for the course for this other university's homecoming, right? I mean, this is just, like, the normal run-of-the-mill shit that happens during this university's homecoming. I don't have any idea why. Like, I don't have any idea why this other university's homecoming is such a fucking circus shit show. But it is, man. It is. Anyway, yeah, dude, that's the first one, right? That's one of the first ones. But then, like, the same, my two friends, like, these guys all kind of live together, right? And this little off-campus apartment. Like, this is, like, maybe a year later, right? And anyway, they all kind of lived together. We all kind of did their thing. Like I still lived on campus because I'm cheap. I'm cheap, right? And because I like really fast internet, and like this is in a time when broadband didn't really exist. Anyway, these guys lived off campus. I lived on campus, and one of the things that, because again we're cheap ass college kids, one of the things they used to have back in the day, right? And if you remember, you'll see what I'm getting to. But one of the things they had back in the day is McDonald's had this thing where on Sundays they had 29-cent hamburgers and 39-cent cheeseburgers, right? And that was a phenomenal deal back then, right? Anyway, I went over to their apartment one time. We're sitting there, and we're watching the TV. We're all hungry, right? And normally the McDonald's gets vetoed, right? But it was Sunday, right? So we go through our little, wherever the fuck are we gonna go, and we realize, fuck, dude, it's 29-cent, 39-cent Sunday at the Mickey D's, bro. And I mean, we all fucking hate McDonald's, but dude, for 29 cents, I mean, you're not gonna beat that shit, dude. Anyway, so there's three of us, right? They're gonna eat this McDonald's. So me and one of the other guys, we get in a car and we go up there because we decided for whatever fucking reason we needed two people to go to the McDonald's to pick up drive-through. Anyway, we get to the McDonald's, right? We pull up to the drive-through. Guy comes on the fucking speaker. Those fucking speakers suck balls. Anyway, he mumbles his ass into the speaker, right? And we go, we want to order 30 hamburgers. And the guy goes, like, without missing a beat, the dude on the other end of the fucking drive-thru goes, fucking 30 hamburgers? And we go, yeah, 30 hamburgers. He goes, all right. And he goes, tappy, tappy, tappy on his little thing. And he goes, that'll be like $10.29, dude. Dude, $10.29 for 30 hamburgers, bro. Anyway, I don't know where the number 30 came from. I have no fucking clue to this day where we got the number 30, other than maybe somebody like at some point we're just sitting in the car like, I'm going to eat 10. And then he was probably like, I'm going to eat 10 too. And probably the other guy could eat another 10, so let's just get 30. I have no fucking idea where 30 came from. But we pull around, we pay the dude, right? He's like, dude, you guys are going to have to move over into this spot over here because it's going to take a little bit of time to make 30 hamburgers. So anyway, we go over there and we park in our spot. And dude, I would love to tell you that we sat in this parking spot and reflected on this idea of 30 hamburgers. And we're like, man, 30 hamburgers, probably a little too many hamburgers. Maybe we shouldn't have got, fuck no. We didn't think a second thought about the 30 hamburgers. We were just like, dude, 30 hamburgers. Of course we need 30 hamburgers. Where the fuck are our 30 hamburgers, right? Anyway, finally, like after like 5-10 minutes, the McDonald's guy comes out, hands us multiple big-ass bags full of hamburgers, right? So, we didn't count them, whatever. We went back to their apartment, right? And we're like, all right, dude, we got 30 hamburgers, right? We got to take pictures and shit. Now, listen, this is back before cell phones, right? I mean, not before cell phones, but I'm not that fucking old. But back before cell phones had cameras and shit, right? So, I don't have that picture, right? Somebody's got that picture somewhere, I'm sure, on a Polaroid or some shit like that. But we laid it out, all 30 of them, right? And I forget, we did like a 6x5 or something like that, square, or rectangle, I guess that would be. And we had 30 hamburgers, right? So it's me and two of my other friends, and we just start going to town on these hamburgers, right? Now, the one friend that went with me said he was going to eat 10 hamburgers. This some bitch didn't eat 10 hamburgers. I think he got like maybe 5 in and he was done, right? Anyway, my other friend, who we didn't even ask if he wanted 10 hamburgers, I think he got like 6 in and he was done, right? But I went to town. I had like 12 of them bastards, right? But still, we didn't eat all the hamburgers, right? And so as we're eating the hamburgers, we're going to town on these hamburgers, right? Getting into it, right? They're not good, but they're food, and we're getting them in our stomach, right? And we're all just kind of standing around the little kitchen area eating, right? And anyway, one of my friends, he goes, hey, man, Like, we're like halfway through this meal. Like, he goes, hey, man, something smells like ass. Do you smell that? Something smells like ass, man. And so, like, I'm just sitting there taking big huffs of it, right? Because I don't know what the hell it is. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure, man? I guess something does kind of smell like ass. He's like, yeah, something smells like ass. And I was like, bro, it's probably just your garbage can, man, because the garbage can was like right there. I was like, it's probably just your garbage can. You got some shit in there that you haven't thrown out or you haven't taken it out in a couple days. It probably just smells like ass. He's like, I don't know, man. So we open up the garbage can. He's taking big whiffs of the garbage can, like, right? I'm in there. I'm going to town on some whiffing myself. And I'm like, nah, man, it's not. I mean, the garbage smells like garbage, but don't smell like ass, like just raw ass. So, I mean, we spend probably, I don't know, like 5 minutes taking big huffs of ass-smelling air, trying to figure out where this ass smell comes from. Because it's a little disconcerting when you're eating 30 McDonald's hamburgers and something starts to smell like ass, right? Anyway, we can't find it. We cannot find it, dude. Finally, I look over at my third friend. This sumbitch is in tears, bro. He's in fucking tears over in the corner, laughing his ass off. I'm like, bro, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude? You lose your fucking mind? He's like, hell no, man. I just dropped a whole bunch of ass over there, and you two sons of bitches have been straight smelling my ass the whole time, bro. And we're like, bro, what the fuck, man? He just literally laid down a cloud, right, and walked away like it was nothing. Left me and my other friend to just huff up all this ass smell. Didn't tell any of us about this shit, right? Anyway, we get through our meal, whatever, right? So I'm thinking, man, that guy, he did us dirty, man. He did us dirty. But we all kind of fuck with each other, so turnabout's fair play, right? Anyway, we get done, and anyway, I go do my business, man, in their restroom, because I'm like, dude, I don't know if you know this, but 30 McDonald's hamburgers, or the 12 I had, man, they run through you pretty quick. It's like a slip and slide. It's a damn gauntlet. This thing runs through that shit quick, right? Went in the restroom, did my thing, right? I come out and I'm like, you know what, dude? This guy made me smell his ass for like 5 minutes and didn't tell me. So I went over there. I'm a big dude now, right? I went over there. I grabbed his ass, manhandled his ass into the restroom, and locked his bitch ass in the restroom, dude. And he had to smell that for like, I don't know, I think I left him in there for 5 minutes. Anyway, this is the kind of dumbass shit that we used to do back in the day, dude. And all of it, always, like, it seems like all of our shenanigans, right? The Fazoli's and McDonald's, all the crazy, the CC's Pizza one I told you guys about, all of our shenanigans, like, center around food, man. It's pretty crazy. But honestly, it makes a lot of sense of how I got that unhealthy obsession with food and good times, right? That ended up in my brain, right? Now that I think about it, it has a lot of impact and a lot of, it makes a lot of sense how that kind of thing started to happen. But anyway, guys, I mean, that's the story time, right? I mean, it is what it is, right? I just thought you guys might enjoy another different aspect or different view on kind of how everything kind of came together for me and food got associated with good things, good times, good laughs, good people, right? And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing for food to equate to that. I'm just saying it gets very dangerous if, that's all you associate with good times and things like that is food, because it becomes an addiction, man. And I very much was addicted. And honestly, dude, as you can see in these stories, I was addicted a long time ago. It's not like I was addicted well before I got to be fat or obese or any of that, right? I just didn't recognize it. And quite frankly, it took me a long time to recognize it. So anyway, guys, that's it for the story time. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, man. I hope it made you laugh a little bit. There's a bit of levity there in this whole thing. If you liked it, please let me know. Like and subscribe. Give me some comments, guys. Let me know what's going on with you. And as always, thanks for watching, man. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.